वो कहते हैं कि जब तक हमारी फिल्मों में एंडिंग परफेक्ट नहीं होती है, सेम वे यहाँ पे इंटेलेक्ट मीट में अगर एंडिंग परफेक्ट नहीं हुई तो वो एंडिंग ही क्या, बिकॉज माय फ्रेंड्स पिक्चर अभी बाकी है. So, before I start my presentation, I would like to ask you all that how many of you like to click pictures? Many of us? Good. Okay. And my second question to you all is, after how many clicks do you have your perfect picture? 5, 6, and maybe 10 to 12 pictures. Yes. But the crucial question comes here now, that perfect picture which you have clicked after maybe 5 to 6 pictures is for whom? Is it for yourself, or is it for the people who wants to see you in that perfect picture? Myself, Jainul Makda, a PGT faculty at Genius English Medium School, I'm here to present you the picture perfect personality, an illusion of being perfect. So, let us try to understand what is a personality. It is a way how we perceive ourselves in front of the people. We have different ways, by our feelings, by our emotions, and by our behavior. So this is what will develop a perfect personality in front of ours, in front of the people whom we are surrounded with. So I try to understand how do we create a personality. So there were mainly 3 factors which affects or which helps us in developing our personality. The first and the very basic factor was our parents, or the biological influence which we have. Second thing is by the people whom we are surrounded by, whom we are working with. You can see a nice picture of the people we are surrounded. And the last one is the life experiences. Life experiences, whether you would have a great happy experiences in your life, or maybe you would be also having some bad experiences, or you would be having very hard experiences of your life, that creates your personality. So basically these 3 things helps you to develop your personality. But this is where we are caged now. There are maybe possible 50, hundreds, 200s, and thousands of people in front of you who are expecting different things from you in your day-to-day life. And because of this, fulfilling their expectations, you are caging yourself in a different expected personality. And this is where we get caged. So this is what we called as the altered ego. And the era we are living in, what we call it as the era of illusions. So altered ego, it has been derived from a Latin word, and another I, my another personality, where altered ego was been called as the idea of dualism. I myself creating a different personalities as per the requirement of the different people. To have a detailed study about the altered ego, as I'm a science faculty, I wanted to go deeper into the psychological aspect of altered ego. I conducted an interview with Dr. Yogesh Joksan. He is a head of department of Saurashtra University, psychology, and he is also a PhD in this. Now, he explained me how do the people create altered ego. When I was having the interaction, we went in a very deep discussion, but to explain you all, I'll just take one particular example of, you all know who is he? Virat Kohli, or you say the great Virat Kohli. I would just ask you people if you have seen the 2024 World Cup, when he was being knocked out in the very first over. In one of the match, he was being knocked out at the very first ball. He was in very deep depression. He went to his mentor. Anyone knows who is his mentor? The great? Yes, MS Dhoni. He went to his mentor to ask that what can I do to improve my performance, and what is the reason that I am passing through this particular phase of my life. Tony explained him that you forget that you are the Virat Kohli. And you imagine yourself when you started playing as an under 17 Indian cricket player. And you start your journey back from there. That was the word MS Dhoni told him, and for the next 2 days, Virat Kohli was in that particular zone. He met his under 17 coach, he met the selectors, why they selected him to be as the captain of Indian cricket team. And you all know what was his performance in his finals. The journey is not just by one few words, but this is what the reason we expect from the Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli has been surrounded by lakhs of people, and because of that, he carries a certain personality. Same way, we have this lady, you can see all of you over here. Many of you would be knowing her. Who is she? Beyonce. Beyonce, she is a pop singer. Here, I mainly want to focus on the two types of personality which you actually are, which you call it as your true self. And another is the altered ego personality. Beyonce is a pop singer, and we all know she is a Bollywood pop singer, but we all know that even in India, a pop singer personality is expected to be in a certain ways only. Whether you talk about Raftar, or whether you talk about Badshah, or whether you talk about Beyonce. So a true self always is very natural thing which you want to pursue. But when you have been expected, you are supposed to change your personality. But sir, is this the only thing which has been expected by these great people like Virat Kohli, whether you talk about Sachin Tendulkar, or whether you talk about Shah Rukh Khan or Beyonce? Are you facing, I would ask you all, are you also facing the same situations in life in these days? Yes or no? Are you changing your personality because of expectations of others? Yes. And that is where our tough task starts. As been mentioned in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Adhyay 2nd, the toughest task for anyone in the life is the self-identification. So, I would just ask you all, there is a very good saying that it's very easy to make a person awake who is actually sleeping. But on the contrary, it's more difficult to make a person awake who is not at all sleeping. So I would like to start this personality test by asking you all that are you really ready to change, or you can say identify your own personality? Yes or no? Good. So just let's start the test. First of all, let's think that are you really ready? So how do you do the things? Do you like to do the things in the casual way or by your own ways? How many of you, when I asked the same survey, 64% of the people were agreeing with me that we are ready to change and we like to do the things by our own way. So these are the people, they were ready. Same way, as I wanted to conduct a personality test and it should be authentic, I conducted an interview with Mr. Paresh Bhatt sir. He is a personality trainer. He is basically from Ahmedabad, and he has done different personality workshops for the same. Over here, we'll be considering two personality tests. We'll not go depth in the personality test, but we'll conduct the test and you'll come to know the results. It was the Big Five Threat and the MBTI tests which I have been conducted. So, you all are having a pen and a book with you. If you are supposed to write down what I asked you, you will be bifurcated in 4 different categories right now, and where you are supposed to write down if you are an extrovert person. If you feel you are an extrovert person, you'll be writing E. And if you are an introvert person, you'll be writing an I. So let's start with it. An extrovert, if you feel that you are an extrovert person, write down E. Just you will be writing down E. And if you feel you are an introvert person, you'll be just writing down an I. Done? You know the characteristics, or if you don't know, you can refer from here what are the characteristics of an extrovert or an introvert person. Next. If you feel you are a sensing person, you'll be writing as an S. And if you feel you are an intuitive person, you will be writing an N. So if you can see, and this is to identify the way we process the information. Then, if you are a thinker, you'll be writing as T. And if you are a filler, you feel the things and you like to do. Sir, aaj mood nahi hai, aaj meri feel aisa nahi hai, I don't want to do the things. So you'll be writing an F. If you are a judger, you always judge the things before you do it. You'll be writing J. And if you are a persevere, you'll be writing a P. Ready? Now let's come to the results. Based on the numbers, you would have written 4 letters of ABCD on your paper. Your personality is bifurcated in this 16 different types. I gave you 5 seconds. Identify your personality. Ready? So, let's move further. Now, if you have identified your personality, right, many of the people or my colleagues sitting over here, they were with me from the quarterfinal round, and I asked them, there is a surprise for you in the finals round. So, I'll just share one particular thing. You are supposed to imagine what I say. You are supposed to imagine what animal, which characteristics you like the most. Imagine the first animal, you like the characteristics you like the most, or you would like to have those particular characteristics. Ready? Now you imagine if that animal would not be there, then what would be the other animal that you would select? Done? Now, just imagine that animal was also what's not there. Then think of the third animal, which animal's characteristics you would like to have. Maybe the first one would be lion, second one would be tiger, and third one would be giraffe. It's just an example. Ready with it? Okay. The first animal now, which you thought was the characteristics you want others, which should be others to see you with that particular perception. The second animal which you thought is the characteristics you want yourself to be pursued to the others. And the third animal or the characteristics which we think is actually what you want or what you wish to be in your real life. So this is what makes the difference. When you identify yourself in your real life, this helps you. First of all, it helps you in making better decisions in life. The same questions was being asked, how do you make your important decisions in life? Second thing, it always helps you to improve your relationships because it handles the conflicts. Third thing, it always helps you to choose your right career path. Why the right career path? The first question which I asked you, whether you are an introvert or an extrovert. If you are an extrovert personality, right, then you are in a very right profession right now. Why, my friends? Because you always like to work in groups, or you always like to be surrounded by the people. So you are in a teaching field, or you could be the excellent person in management. But at the similar way, if you are an introvert personality, you would be somewhere a very good artistic person, or you would be an excellent programmer, because they always like to be always like to be alone and by their own self. Now, managing emotions and stress. We always, as we discussed right now, so many topics, we always are emotional and stressed. So if you have identified yourself, this will surely help you. Adapting new situations. When the term or when the topic of Intellect Meet comes, is it exciting you or is it depressing you? Yes. So it's about adapting the new situations. Now, these were the practical life benefits. These are the psychological benefits. You will always live an authentic life. You always have emotional stability. You will not be so stressed. You will not be so depressed. Inner peace and confidence. You will be always confident to you present yourself. Growth, external validation, and always a mindful life. Now, as to my conclusion, right, as I say, no personality in life is perfect. Always, if you identify yourself, you will be always happy to live your life. And just at the last point, be picture perfect, but for your own self. These are the references. I read the book Altered Ego by Todd Herman, the 2 tests which I have conducted, the interviews, and I did a personality course which was done by the science. Thank you all.
Truly mind-blowing.
Thank you so much.
Perfect, I could say, perfect finishing. So, last ball पे जो छक्का लगा था विराट कोहली. Same way, your presentation was also really mind-blowing. Put your hands together first for him. At 1:30 to explain and to have the 100% attention.
Thank you
it's
so
really
much.
very good. Too good. Yes, many questions, but first, mother of psychology.
Hello. Sir, can you give me the definition of personality first?
Okay. Ma'am, when I did the research, the article paper which I referred was from Very Well Mind. They develop, they regularly updates the things. And personality, as per them, they told that how we perceive ourselves based on different aspects, like as I told, emotions, behaviors, and all the things, that is what generates, or you can say that is what your personality has been preserved. Yeah.
Sir, sorry to say, but
Yeah.
Very Well Mind is not a credible source for psychological terms.
Okay.
And that is not personality, what
Okay.
it is. Second thing, what are the approaches there are to study personality? And do any of them talk about a picture-perfect personality?
Can you come again, ma'am?
What are the different approaches there are to study personality? And do any of them talk about a picture-perfect personality?
Like to create a perfect personality
Yes.
for your own self? Okay. So the different approaches, ma'am, when I studied, you can say to identify the personality, these were the tests, like the big 5 traits was the major standard test which I identified. Exactly the different approaches, I don't.
No worry. You also mentioned MBTI. What is
Yes.
the validity and reliability of that test?
Ma'am, it was 65% reliable.
Okay.
When I talk about the MBTI, 45% it was being challenged for the MBTI test.
Okay.
So that the test is not accurate. But when we talk about any particular test to be accurate, it will change from person to person and as per their psychological aspect. Yes.
So when we talk about reliability, the
Yes.
test is not supposed to change from
Yes.
person to person
Yes.
as well. They're supposed to be accurate, as you
Yes,
said.
yes, yes.
So MBTI is definitely not as we established.
Yes, absolutely not. 100% not.
All
मैडम
right,
ये
thank you.
डायरी इसके लिए नहीं बोला था लेके आने का.
Thank you, sir.
No,
I
you
think
can.
that's
No,
all.
no, you can.
No,
ask.
no, no, I'm done.
Arre,
I'm
you
done.
can ask. See, in fact, it is absolutely related to. I'm just.
No, I think that's enough for today. Thank you, sir.
Ma'am.
Sir, in your survey you have included extrovert and introvert. But
Yes,
I am an ambivert person. Sometimes I behave like an extrovert, sometimes I behave like an introvert person.
Yes.
E and I both you would have put.
Okay. Perfect, ma'am. Like there is the situation where you behave as an extrovert and an introvert. Before that, it depends on the person whom you are with. If you are in a very comfortable zone, then you will be an extrovert person. And if you feel that still, ma'am, I'm talking. Yes, here, yeah. So if you feel that you are an extrovert person, right, because of your comfort zone, and but that will be based on your situation, ma'am. Yes. Overall, in general, how you perceive your personality, that's what the thing is. It's not about one overall situation, yes.
And my next question, sir. If being a picture perfect becomes irrelevant sometime, how you will define the word beauty or self-worth?
Sorry, picture perfect becomes?
If become irrelevant, being picture perfect become irrelevant sometimes, how will you define the word beauty
I have not gone through that, ma'am. Sorry.
or self-worth?
Sorry?
Beauty or self-worth?
Beauty or self-worth, see, that
have
is
to be-
about your, you can say, your importance, how you consider your importance in different personalities, or you can say different aspects of your life. that is self-worth or your self-beauty. But self-personality is self-worth will be limited to yourself only. Self-personality is for the public. How you, like, if I just take an example, like if I'm standing over here in front of you, like my personality right now for this situation has been asked in a particular certain way. But as a personal person, right, I will be a different personality. But my, you can say ideals, my discipline will not change from place and time. That is where you need to identify yourself. Beauty, I don't understand. It's not, I don't know. I'm sorry. Within, so you need to. In.
Is not correct, then how you can define the self-worth and beauty? That means she wants to say that I am clicking 10 pictures, so I need a perfect picture to look more beautiful and which will give me satisfaction. How you can justify this? This is what your question is?
Okay. So, ma'am, for that, so that for that you need to reach to the fulfillment of your life and you can say mindfulness for yourself. You should not feel like I am incomplete without this particular things. That is why. Yes, Nancy ma'am.
When you are testing us, like, right, E
Yeah.
for introvert, and how will we know that we are introvert or extrovert? You
Yes.
ask that.
So these are mainly the basic characteristics, ma'am, that an introvert person has. Like, see, two things I would like to clarify. First of all, I have made right now identify. Like right now, let us say 150 people are sitting in front of me. Right? I have just given a try to help you identify a particular personality, which you will like to pursue. Now, in within 15 minutes of time span, I can only help you to identify. Once you identify, you need to pursue that particular personality maybe for 14 days, 21 days, and unless you feel that you are really comfortable with that particular personality. If you don't, then you need to again go for this particular test and check for yourself. This is what, yes. And
Sir,
these are
I
the
got a lot
characters.
of confusion between when you said to write J and like I fall half of this and half of this, then there is a confusion for me.
Okay.
That's just for my knowledge.
Huh. Simran ma'am, you want to answer? Yes, completely. Then you have to go for big fight threats. It is quite complex. It can, like, if you go for big fight test, as we discussed, me and Simran madam, when we were having the discussion, when I go for big fight test, and if I want to conduct in front of you, then it will be a 4 Saturday 5 hours training, which I need to conduct, and it cannot be, you can say, just go for one go. Yes, because of that, because I need to, again, I need to sit one-to-one. I cannot go for open test, because I need to explain each and every aspect of that particular life. Yes.
So, next for Saturday.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you know about the Rorschach test? There is a psychological test named Rorschach test. What is?
Yeah.
Yes.
The test is based on Freud's theory of personality, and it is a projective test to assess personality. Again, it cannot be done at a mass level.
It cannot be done at a mass level. See, the test
It should
which
be
has been
one-to-one.
conducted right now, it can be, you can say, give you a certain amount of result at a mass level. Even all the tests, any test, when we talk about the psychological aspect, when you want to develop the person's personality, it should be, first of all, identify the person should be, as we always discuss for psychology or counseling, first of all, the person should be ready for the counseling, and then we can go for the individualization of the things. So as that was the reason I asked the very first question, are you ready for identifying your personality? If you are not ready, we cannot even conduct this particular test. So this was the thing. things.
Sir, I have one more question.
Yeah.
Once you explain Nancy ma'am's answer, you mentioned that we need to pursue our personality and it can change. So if it was that easy to change personality,
It won't be, yeah.
you said 14 days and or you gave a time period.
That
If
is
it
to
was,
check.
You also said, you mentioned changing it. If it was that easy, do you not think we would be doing that for psychopathic personalities or even at general level?
No, it
Yeah, or
won't.
multiple personality disorders. Do you not think it would
Yeah,
be cured?
actually, in my written project, I have discussed with this about dissociative identity disorder, how alter ego is difference between dissociative identity and these things. So I have.
गुलजार इज सेइंग वक्त आने पे खुलते हैं किरदार साले. आपने जो डिफरेंट पर्सनालिटीज, वक्त आने पे खुलते हैं किरदार सारे. पहली नज़र में तो हर कोई वफादार लगता है. Yes,
Bhavesh, sir.
but no accounts and economics.
This picture perfect personality is applicable in the real life.
Yes, it is. It will be applicable, sir. Like, see, picture perfect personality. When we talk about, it will help you to. First of all, it will help you to identify yourself. And if you develop a picture perfect personality, it will be for yourself.
Okay.
First thing. Second thing, I'm not saying you that what DV sir expect me in front of him, I should not behave like that. But because that particular thing is for a particular situation of time. Like if sir, or let us say if anyone meets me during the school hours, he is a person who is more authoritative to me, then I need to behave in front of him. And if at the same time, if me and sir are playing in the evening, we are the sports person. So I will be a different personality in front of him, but I will not change my original individual personality, which is there inside, which I have developed for myself.
Okay,
So
means-
this is
means
what the picture perfect
It's
personality.
a situational based personality.
Yes, situational based personality will be different, and your picture perfect personality for your own self will be different. Like you'll not change your ideas, your personalities, or you can say your thoughts because of what DV sir expects.
Okay.
Yes.
And
So
for
maybe
the-
behavior something different and personality something different.
Yes.
Okay.
Very simple.
And
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
in that Virat Kohli's example, actually yes, okay, Dhoni should be there for encouraging him because he was falling from the drawbacks of his cricket career. But one mythological reason was also there that if you will see the video of Virat Kohli, he said that I am not a puja part type of a personality. But after meeting to one great saint of a country, he visited the Kedarnath. And after that, his career path has been changed. So that is also a reason, not Dhoni only.
Like it's a very complex thing, very, very complex thing. Huh? He's right. मुझे भी वो बाबा का एड्रेस चाहिए. I know very well. तो विराट कोहली थोड़ी ऐसे जाएगा वहाँ.
Steve Jobs has came there and this Robert
Mark Zuckerberg. Neem Karoli. In Naini
Okay.
हो सकता है मैम you.
चलो भाई, you ask.
Last question.
Sir, I also question.
Sir, it was nice.
Thank you, sir.
Every perspective was nice, but I am just unable to understand one thing, that what we can conclude, means what you are going to conclude from this.
Okay. From this particular thing, sir, that I would just say that you should have your own self-identified personality.
Okay, sir.
First thing.
Okay, sir.
Second thing, you should not leave that particular personality. If you have identified, you should not leave that thing. And third thing, as per what the situation demands. Your personality should be intact, but your behavior should work as per the situations.
I shouldn't, change due to other people.
We should not change as per what the
Okay.
people expect us
People
our
expect
personality
us.
to be. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
What Gita is saying. Sir, you ask.
Sir, I have one question. Sir, like you are discussing that ki personality as well as behavior both are not similar. Like, so how we can identify the personality with the help of the test?
Yeah. Sir, if you want to identify the personality with the help of a test, first of all, as ma'am is having, you can say, professional approach towards it, you can go for particular test. First of all, like I will always say, you should be ready to identify your self-personality. You go for a test, you will come to know what are the characteristics you actually have. As I gave the example, that's called an animal paradox. Right? That's the situation we always think of. So that particular thing, we will come to know what are the characteristics you actually have and not what others want you to perceive.
But sir, sometimes it depends the situation from where I'm
That's
going.
why, sir, to be very frank, as we were discussing, we don't believe in psychology and we don't believe to go to a psychologist, but over here, this thing really works.
Okay.
So they will help you for sure to identify your real personality and then you can pursue that particular thing.
Okay, fine.
So this is the thing.
Thank you.
So it's every ending has its new beginning.
The judges, you have
Judges,
any?
please.